and it won't break the bank, but it will have just the right amount of Hermes magic. Hello my friends, my name is G.P.S. and welcome back. It's been quite a while since we discussed some more entry-level Hermes bags that don't actually cost an arm and a leg. I have done videos on the sort of classics that would be an amazing way for you to jumpstart your collection. But today I thought we could have a look at some newer launches, ones that just kind of went under the radar and didn't receive the kind of attention that I think they deserve. Because yes, they are not Birkins and Kellys, but I can guarantee you that they're just as beautifully crafted, elegant, and timeless. So I tried to pick pieces that were under and around the $3,000 price range, but will get you a lot of bang for your buck, whether you are a seasoned Hermes collector with plenty of bags to go around, or even if you are brand new to the brand. I can tell you that any one of these would add some great value to your collection, regardless of its size. So if you'd like to hear my recommendations and just chat about some spectacular new Hermes bags, then please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and keep on watching. Let's start with a bag that is not brand new. I think it's been around for a couple of seasons, but I have a hunch that it will truly come into its own in the coming year, because I've seen and noticed more and more brands launching these flat pouch bags that are not a brand new concept either. They had been around in the past, but there were a couple of years when these bags were not as popular as I think they will be in the future. And why would they not be popular? Because they are usually a lot more reasonably priced than actual solid bags by the brands. But they still give you a good idea of what the brand is all about. They usually feature their most iconic characteristics, and you can use them in so many different ways. They are kind of a small leather good, but they're kind of not, and the same goes when you consider them as bags. They're kind of bags, but they're kind of not. They can be categorized in either category. I have seen Saint Laurent come out with some great flat pouch bags. Chanel has always done them consistently. And then Hermes has also had a pretty small range of these pouches that you can usually find in their small leather good lineup, but you can absolutely use them as standalone bags. So the first one that I wanted to bring to your attention is the so-called Atout pouch bag, which comes in 3 different sizes, in 14, which means that it's 14 centimeters, in 20, and then in 26. And all of these are categorized under small leather goods, but even Hermes says that you can use them as clutch bags or bags, depending obviously on which size you go for. I personally think that 14, which is the smallest size, would be a great little catch-all inside of other bags. You could even use it as a larger wallet. And then 20 and 26 are pieces that you can truly use as bags on their own. My personal favorite, I would say, is the size 20. I think it's just the perfect size for a grab-and-go clutch bag. But if you're looking for something larger, it also comes in size 26, which I think would also make an amazing laptop sleeve in case you're looking for a luxurious Hermes tech accessory. Regardless of which size you opt for, they all have the exact same setup and ethos. So they're made of Evercolor, which personally is not my favorite leather, but for a clutch bag like this, I have to admit it's the perfect choice because it has just the right amount of suppleness, but the right amount of hold. And they're made of one single piece of leather that is folded in right in the middle, which naturally creates and gives this bag 2 different compartments, which makes it a lot easier to organize. I think one of the biggest downsides to these flat pouch bags that there really isn't a good way to organize them. But if it has multiple compartments, that just allows you to play around with it a tiny bit more and keep the inside of your bags more tidy. And I get it, it might not seem like the most exciting launch considering that it's such a flat and clean shape, but obviously it is made of the most beautiful buttery soft pieces of leather, and it comes in some divine shades, from more vivid hues to some of the more neutral shades that Hermes makes. And if you look at the top of the bag, that's truly where the party begins, because Hermes utilized their infamous Kelly lock inspired zipper, which is actually a detail that they usually reserve for their Kelly pieces in the SLG world. So the Kelly wallets feature this detail as well as the Kelly pocket, but I love that they use that little piece on this clutch bag because it makes the biggest difference. And if you're looking for a piece to jumpstart your collection, if you want to buy something that is simple, that is clean, easy to use, and you can truly use it on a daily basis, whether you want to use it on its own as a standalone piece or inside of other bags, this would be an amazing piece to go for. It's not going to break the bank, but it will have just the right amount of Hermes magic. Moving on, this next bag is one that I wasn't actually going to include in this video. Not because I have anything against it, but I honestly didn't think too much about it. But after I talked about it briefly in, I believe it was my ranking new Hermes bags video, so many of you guys reached out to me asking for details and when and where this will be available, that I thought I should also include it here and talk a little bit more about it, because in my previous video I just sort of glossed over the details just because I wasn't overly invested in that bag. Even though I can absolutely see why people would be interested in this piece, which is the Cabasellier tote bag. This is a new launch from Hermes that first popped up on the website maybe about a month or two ago. And the Cabasellier is an ultra simplistic stripped down tote bag that was specifically designed to accompany your mini and micro bags and blend into the background seamlessly, because let's be honest, we are amongst friends, so we can be honest. While mini bags are cute and adorable, some of them are not bags that could be called functional. So it's a great idea to have a larger bag in your portfolio that you can pull out if you need a little bit more space than what your mini or micro bags can provide. But if you don't want to take the attention away from them, this bag would be a spectacular piece to have in your arsenal to reach for, because this will fit everything that you could possibly want, but it won't add or take away too much from your outfits. In terms of the construction of this bag, they're all made of clements, they're completely liningless, and there are no pockets on the inside. The only decorative elements that you'll find on this bag are the pocket on the outside, which is not only an ornament, but it's also functional. The contrast stitching, which is exactly where you'll find the Hermes branding. There are two H's sort of really subtly woven into the stitching of the bag, and then the bag features two top handles, which I think would be just long enough to be worn either under one arm or just being used handheld. And if you look at the top of the bag, the way it's cut and shaped, it has some pretty sharp angles, which I think also makes it quite unique. But if you're not a fan of bags that are overly branded, I think this will be right up your alley. And what I also like about this bag, that I could absolutely see this being accessorized, because this is the kind of bag that can take it. You could put twillies on the handle, you could use rodeos and other bag charms, because the overall bag is so incredibly simple and it just emphasizes the beautiful Clemence leather, which is what these bags are made of, that if you wanted to spice this up, you could in so many different ways. And it's just under $3,000, which means that you get a lot of bag for your money. And the last bag that I would like to put on your radar, I have to be honest with you, is not one that I was the biggest fan of when I first saw this. Mainly because when Hermes first started dropping these, they came out with these in some pretty intense color combinations that I really didn't feel worked well together. But more recently, they have started doing them in tone-on-tone versions and also in some more harmonic color combinations, which is the Hush Passant bag. This is a brand new style of clutch bag that comes with a removable shoulder strap. And this is one of those pieces, again, that I think is indicative of the trends that are coming, of bags that are not quite a small leather good, but not a bag either. They're just in between and they give you the best of both worlds, which I think makes this an amazing way to start your Hermes collection, because there is so much that you can do with this piece. It comes with, as I mentioned, a removable shoulder strap, so you can either use it as a shoulder strap, as a crossbody bag, or just as a clutch bag on its own without the strap. And the strap on this is actually quite similar to the strap that comes with the Kelly wallet to go. So if you love the style of that and the idea of that strap, this is going to be extremely similar. The Ashpasan bag comes so far in either Evercolor or Evergreen. And as I mentioned, in a huge array of different colors and color combinations. And the idea of this bag, I have to be honest, is quite similar to the G.P.S. It's pretty much like if the Kelly wallet and the G.P.S. were blended by a brand like Bottega, because it definitely has that really clean and symmetric feel to it that Bottega has been going for recently, which I have to say I love. I love how modern and futuristic this bag looks. And even though it has the same idea in terms of functionality as the G.P.S. bag, I find the shape a lot more proportionate. I've never really liked the G.P.S. because I felt it was always too long and way too just narrow, whereas this one I think is a tiny bit smaller but taller, which makes this more flattering. It doesn't look so just out of place and old school in terms of the shape. And the reason I'm comparing this to the G.P.S. Ellen clutch bag is because of the way it opens up. So it has this leather tab that you have to run through the back to close it or to open it. And if you look close up, you can see that just like the G.P.S., it has the iconography of an H. But unlike the G.P.S., here the H is not cut out of one solid piece of leather. You have to look really close to notice the H that is actually made up of these sort of geometric color blocked shapes and the way the bag is set up, which I think makes this a lot more refined and contemporary in some way. So I absolutely love this bag, and the more I see it, the more I fall in love with it. So if you're looking for a bag that is going to have all your bases covered, you don't want to miss this one, because there is so much that you can do with this. You can easily take this from day to night, dress it up or dress it down, and this will never look out of place. And this concludes today's video, my friends. Do let me know in the comment section which bag was your favorite, or if there are any other new bags from Hermes that you have your eyes on. Please leave those for me in the comment section down below. I would love to learn about them. And if you enjoy this type of video and if you'd like to see more videos like this from me, then be sure to give this video a thumbs up so I know these are videos that you'd like to see. I love making these videos with fewer bags rather than with a ton of bag recommendations, because I think it gives us the chance to go into more depth when it comes to these bags, because they might not be as expensive as a Birkin or a Kelly. These are still thousands of dollars, which is a lot of money to spend. So I want to make sure that I give you all the information that you need to be able to make a good decision that you will be happy with. So if you'd like to see more, do let me know, and don't forget to subscribe down below. I'll be back with a new video next Tuesday, because I'll be uploading every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday for the rest of July. So I'll see you on Tuesday with a brand new video. Bye!